trouble going all the way in. So it's either it's extremely dirty in there, and I'm gonna have to wire brush it out. So the bearings broke. I'm hoping that the damage wasn't too severe. There's a lot of fragments and everything. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to clean this hole up and press the bearing in. So I read online that I could use this distributor on this head, but everybody has a million opinions. I don't know who to trust. So I've come to the conclusion to just try it myself. The boat's fine, huh? I mean, I don't know about timing because the only adjustment is more right versus more left. But my question is, how bad would the timing be if I couldn't adjust it? Because if it requires like something like this, then I'm pretty much fucked. I mean, if it wires maybe this much, I'll be in the green. Doesn't fit. So I couldn't adjust this way, not this way. I mean, I'm already gonna buy the right one, so I was just testing this because why the fuck not? I don't know if it was gonna make a difference. But if you wanted to use a Z6 distributor, it fits. Just not sure of the timing. I really won't know until I turn the car on. So looks like they capped off the upper radiator hose. I don't know what they were trying to do here. So my goal is to make everything work as OEM as possible. I have to order the AC compressor bracket with power steering and a distributor. Then I have to buy a starter. I'm also gonna get a gasket. Just curious about this, but so this does work, but timing. I don't know how bad the timing would be here. Normally there's like these little adjustments. I don't know if some people have noticed, but inside of here, there's like markings, lines going across. So the bottom line, usually where you line this up, there's like a marking in here. I don't know if anybody can see that. Some shit. But and they're supposed to line that up. Grease this up. Yeah, that's not gonna fucking. Bro, this thing is so tight. What the fuck? Oh, you were just a torque away from losing this manifold. Yeah, it was just a lot. Wait, oh my god, dude. Yeah, just because the threads say it fits. Only has one bolt too? What's going on here? That's fine. So I definitely have to get gaskets. I'm gonna get aftermarket gaskets because I think he has an aftermarket gasket back here. The plastic one, it looked like it melted in already. So I don't know if they're known for just melting like this. Okay. I had an issue with the oil. Apparently the threads for the LSV kit. Well, I don't know what happened. It looks like somebody torqued down the kit too tight and the threads only stopped right here. And I don't know, it was just one tight, like 1 PSI away from just cracking. And what happened is he had the car on and it finally broke off. But it still managed to catch deeper threads. So I think it's like half thread. It's enough to catch. It's tight. So I tested it with the fuel filter, and it caught enough threads. Like I must have got at least 10 spins out of it before it stopped. So it's just tighter, I guess. So I don't know how important this is. I was considering maybe JB welding and putting it back on, but the threads only go this far, so there was no point. If the threads were gonna go longer, it'd be nice. I tried finding a longer one. They don't make it. I contacted a company. They told me that unless I was gonna buy like a pallet or a bulk order, they won't just do just one. So if it comes off again, then I would consider other options. Because I thought about maybe redoing the feed line and going off the pressure switch, just a little thinner, which shouldn't be that much different from this. Just I don't know if the pressure line would be different. So I was going to. I got to a point where I stopped. And then my only issue is the headers. They're aftermarket DMB supposedly. So what I'm doing is I'm taking apart. I'm gonna try to drop the engine. No, I'm jumping ahead. I need to fix the transmission problem. So the thing with the transmission is the bearings blew out and all this crazy stuff. So This side is good. It's the other side that's the problem. There was a lot of fragments that flew out. Like even there's still shavings in here. All of this I need to, I gotta clean it real good. I might take it to a shop so they can like clean it thoroughly. I already have it taken apart, so I can give them all the parts. I can clean it and just give it back to me. I gotta let them know they don't have to put it together. So that's it for now. I just wanted to discuss that real quick. I just gotta buy the brackets, buy the proper distributor. Even though this fits, I don't know about timing. I gotta like flush a lot of things out of here. That's why I have the engine mount. I was thinking about taking the clutch off, putting it on the engine mount, disassembling as much as I can and cleaning it, maybe repainting it. But I haven't really jumped the gun on that yet until I get my station properly set up. I am gonna buy the brackets just because I found them at a good spot and I don't know how long they're gonna be available for. I'm gonna buy the bracket, I might get the whole assembly actually, because I think the guy has upper and lower bracket and the power steering pump for an Integra, which should be compatible with EG. And then the lower one, I think, if I'm not, he's gonna double check, but the guy is double checking if it's from a CRV or from a Del Sol VTEC. I'm hoping it's from the Del Sol because it'll fit better. If it's a set, it should be good. So I wanted to also talk about this. So there is a small chance I might have to buy a new one of these. I forget what this one's called. It's either I think it's the center case. I could be mistaken, but it's okay. So basically it's because of the bearings. So the bearings broke right here. I dug it out. I'm hoping that the damage wasn't too severe. I wanted to show you guys that. There's a lot of fragments and everything. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to clean this hole up, press the bearing in, and hopefully it holds with no play. This one seems to be okay. It might just need cleaning. I mean, I'm buying a kit that comes with everything. I will probably replace this. I might take it to a shop to have it cleaned up. If that's the case, then I could probably ask them to do it, or I could do it myself, put the bearings in. So that's not a big deal, but that's basically what I'm looking at with the transmission side of things. Otherwise all this is pointless because I definitely need this to work. So I'm gonna focus on that soon. Like I said before, I'm just focusing on these two right here. I am considering taking it apart only to see what's going all around here. Let's see what it looks like under here. I want to see how clean it is. I mean, he did say that the head was rebuilt, but I don't know what that means. Does that mean he just put cams in? I need to verify that for myself. Not gonna see much. This looks like it's not really been used. This, what the fuck? So I don't know if I want to get the adjustable cam gears. Somebody was telling me, even though it has a built head and the B20 block, somebody was suggesting the adjustable cam gears can properly align the timing. One of the options I was considering was redoing the block, because I think the block is stock. I was researching some stuff about trying to balance the crankshaft to be aligned more properly to this. That is some options I'm considering. Maybe removing all this and trying to get in here, because I'm gonna order the cover. I found it for like 30 bucks. So it's gonna be easy plug and play. Because I also don't want to use these studs. I want to replace these studs. I also want to maybe replace these back here too, or just get them cleaned up. I could probably wire brush them. Yeah, I'll probably wire brush them off, clean them up. I don't like using the bolts to go in. I really prefer studs. It is 50-50 with me. Bolt or stud doesn't matter. I'm not sure what the benefits would be between having the studs and bolt or just having the bolts. So I'm getting the list together of everything I'm gonna order. I know on the dyno he made like over 250, but he couldn't give me the original tune, the ECU he was keeping it. Considering buying it from him, but I want to make my own thing, so I'm considering just doing like a P28 chip and just doing a chip tune. I'm not really looking for performance. Having it is good, but even just 200 is perfectly fine. I'm okay with it. I don't need this thing to rip down the track. I just want to be able to drive it around nice and comfortable. This is already a lot, even stock. Like, not even though he has a built head, and I think he even had the. He said he had this ported out. I don't know. It don't look like he ported it out, honestly speaking. I might be mistaken. Unless he's just talking about porting out the manifold. Maybe. It does look. Nah. I don't think he ported the head at all. Hurt the throttle body? No, I don't think so. No. Yeah, I can see it like. I don't know if you guys can see that. You can still see like the shaving around it. So I might have to like. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Throttle body's bigger than the manifold. Whatever. I'm just gonna redo everything he did. I can't trust what he did and what the tuner did. I'd rather just start from scratch. That is definitely the gold. I'm gonna put. I'm gonna take off the clutch and I'm gonna put this on the engine stand. I just gotta get the bolts, so I gotta order the transmission bolts. Then I can put them in there and reuse them. So I just made up my mind. I'm just gonna redo everything. Nothing is what he said. This is what happens when you buy somebody else's project. I'll see you guys later. Enjoy.
So we're coming back to the warehouse to bring the bolts that he bought for the transmission. Right now we don't have any much progress. We haven't really been focusing on doing this. We're not really trying to do anything crazy because this is a warehouse. This is not our property, so we didn't bring the car here.
So this is hybrid. So it's a Type R trans from an Integra, a high compression B20, and a B16 head. This is the PR3. I think that it's soft, like it's similar to the JDM B16.
So this is the same engine but better.
This is way better. This combination is like almost racing level.
What your engine has right
The
now.
EG was supposed to have a D16 Z6, but
Okay.
what happened was that the person had an engine issue and they sold the long block and they put a D16 Y7, but everything around it is from the D16. I mean, it's two different. The other one's a single head cam. This is a dual overhead cam, which is way more powerful. This one, because I wanted to make the bay more authentic to the EG SIR, because they come with a B16. I was gonna buy a B16, but this was a much better price. This I got it for a deal. He gave me everything for $1,600. So I just gotta like tune it. Like I have to I have to buy bolts. I don't have bolts. For the price he gave me, everything he threw at me, I have to I gotta do it on my own. So he had bought the same engine, but he bought a turbo version of this. It was the same head, but I think it came with a B18 block, full turbo, and he's making around the same amount of power. So since it felt like in his mind everything was identical, it was worth letting it go and giving it to me for a good price. The block alone goes like 900. This is like over 1,000. And the manifold is even a Skunk 2 intake manifold, so this is alone like a couple of hundred. The transmission goes like 1,200. Like I feel like I robbed them at this point.
Technically,
he took
speaking,
the bigger loss.
Yeah.
But the item he needed was running out. Like if he didn't get it right there and then. Like,
Technically speaking, that's the only amount that we paid. But this is a rare situation that you would get an engine like this for this price.
100%.
You know?
Well, since I bought these bolts for $20, I'm testing to see if they have any issues getting these in. So I need these bolts in general to mount it on the engine stand. I can't mount it without bolts. So far one fits, but I gotta make sure that all these are good. So he's missing, he was missing the distributor. The VTX solenoid looks okay, but I might need to replace this. He doesn't have the power steering bracket. He doesn't have the AC bracket, which I need to order. Doesn't have a starter.
He's missing a bearing.
I gotta replace almost. I gotta rebuild the trans pretty much. The gears are fine. It's really just the inside, like the whole casing, cleaning it up, and then putting everything where it needs to go.
What about the tune?
That's the other issue I'm having. He has a tune on his computer. I can't afford to buy the computer. He was willing to let me get the tune, as in like if I go and buy the ECU, I could just swap it out, give him the new one and take the old one. But the problem is I just don't have the funds to do that right now. Hopefully he doesn't sell it before I can finish.
How much is he selling it for?
I think it's like 1,000
With the tune?
With the tune, yeah. It's for $250. It's a all motor tune. I think CLM did it. But CLM also said that I have to copy everything identical. So if I'm slightly off with something, there's a chance the tune could be ruined. So the only difference will probably be the exhaust. But he assured me the exhaust that I have is very similar to his. So we'll see what happens after. So I found a car in Florida, and he has an SI. He's on my same boat. The only difference is that he's missing everything on the inside, but the shell is clean. Him tracking everything down is too much effort versus me, who just needs to fix the body.
So you got everything that he needs that he couldn't locate.
He even offered to buy my car, so he'll be buying his. Like, I'll buy off yours. He only wants like 500 or something, because he can't do nothing with it.
But you gotta pick it up.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that's actually the cheapest way, rather than buying the kit, because the kit alone is already 200, right? Then having someone to weld it.
That's what I told me. It's cheaper. The only difference is it's just
space.
Space, getting it, bringing it up here, taking care of it.
You know, the main issue that we have is that we don't have a garage.
Yeah.
There's one thing that we're doing in the process right now, which is move to another house with a garage. Hopefully have the proper and enough space to do all this. For now, we're just trying this bolt.
The only thing with the clutch is it looks weird to me. I just don't like the way this looks.
That looks burnt.
It just looks like it was rubbing against something. I don't know.
Like,
but he also doesn't. I also bought the dust shield for the transmission to the engine. So maybe because he didn't have a dust shield, everything was just flying in there. Yeah.
Maybe. problem?
I think it just has garbage inside of it. Because it's like it threads in, but then it just stops. See? It needs to go in. I put it here. It needs to go in. So the bolts are like tight. I'm just testing them all. See which one goes in the deepest. And see, maybe it's just one of them, it's just off pitch. If that's the case, I might have to probably order OEM ones. I try to be cheap, bit me in the ass. Cause like, you see how far they're going in?
Explain.
I'm having trouble going all the way in. So it's either it's extremely dirty in there, and I'm gonna have to wire brush it out. That feels hard. Oh, that feels like metal shaving. Oh, definitely not the. I have to get my drill gun a small wire brush. Maybe that's why it's so dirty.
It's dry for a transmission.
Yeah, very. It's supposed to be a little cleaner. Just trying to get something to stick to this. Try one more time. I'll just call it at that. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, it's definitely dirty. I'm gonna stop there. Okay, so I bought these bolts. They're like not even aftermarket. These are like some Amazon $20 bolt set. One fits better than the others, but they all have the same thread. So what I'm thinking is that everything is dirty. But because it's so dirty inside, I'm gonna have to like clean it. So I'm gonna get like a drill gun with a small little wire brush, and I'm just gonna like try to clean out the threads. These bolts are for the transmission bell housing to connect to the engine, and then also to use it for the engine mount, which I think that's all the threads I need to catch. Let me test it. Slide up. I don't know if it's like long enough to keep the clutch on, so no. Yeah, so that means I have to take the clutch off. I don't want to take the clutch off. I don't even know who installed this, honestly. No, I would just have to remove just this. The flywheel can stay, it's just this. But you know what? Maybe I will take it off, because at the same time, I don't know how much life. He says it's new, but I don't know if he meant like new to me. I'll leave it at that. So yeah, next time what I'll do is I'm gonna just take the clutch plate off, leave the flywheel. It should give me enough clearance to put this on, and then I can put it on the engine stand. I don't have to break my back working, and I can also have somewhere comfortable to moving it around. And then I can use this as a table, so I can put like a few pallets under it. I gotta clean this up. So I'm gonna have to get like a bucket, and I'll fill it with some chemicals, and I'm gonna submerge this and the other one. Just leave it overnight or over the weekends, and then I'll come in Monday and I'll just clean it out, hit it with the brush, and try to clean it up as much as I can.
So I guess we're gonna leave it like this for now. We're gonna move on for now and leave it as it is. Probably buy an actual OEM or not.
I'm gonna
try to make it work.
I'm gonna make it work just to get it on the engine stand, because I don't need that much thread. If I can clean the pitch, if I can clean the threads up, because I'm assuming that he probably did the same thing I did and probably bought like weird bolts, or he over tightened it and it probably did some threading problem. Hopefully that's not the case, because then I would have to re-thread this, and if I re-thread I gotta get bigger bolts. I don't want to do that. So it's alright. I just gotta clean the threads. Hope for the best. I'll just know that this works, because I tried the single cam one, but that shit was garbage.
Okay. Just see you again on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't forget or miss that next episode, next video, and don't forget to watch the other videos that we've done. Just keep following us on this journey, and let us know what your suggestion with the body of the car. Would it be smarter for us to get the car from Florida, the body from the guy, and buy the shell and then transfer everything that he has from his EG to the better shell, or still go for the restoration of the car, like buying the panels and then getting it welded? Let us know which is better. Obviously the other one is cheaper, but the downside to that is we're gonna have to go travel to Florida. We already had to travel to New Jersey for the engine. Now if we're gonna do that option, we're gonna have to travel to Florida, which is shorter drive. It's still a downside. So do the rest thing, or get a new body and transfer everything to the new body. So let us know. We'd like to hear what you think. Anything that you see, anything that you think you might want to suggest us. It would be nice to hear from you guys. And like from the previous videos, you helped us a lot with a lot of things that we didn't notice, and your comments is very helpful, and we appreciate all of your support. So don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.